How you doing, guys? I was just gonna go ahead and pick up where I left off yesterday. Um, so after I moved from Flagstaff, I took that bus ticket that the guy offered me. Me and him went out to Vegas to see if we could get work. I mean, we were both still homeless, so we really didn't know what we were gonna do when we got there, but we knew that it's definitely going to be warmer. We knew that it's going to be warmer over there, and it was. When I got there, it was definitely warmer. It was still kind of cold. I don't know what the exact temperature was, but I know that it was raining a lot. Like, it would rain at least every other day when we went to Vegas. So it was it was still cold because when you're out there, sleeping outside and stuff like that, and it's raining like that, it can be a lot colder because of the rain. But anyway, once we got out there, me and him, we hung out for like a good week or a week and a half, and then as things can go, sometimes me and him, we just had disagreements or whatnot about how we wanted to do things and how things were going to go. So we ended up splitting ways, and he went his way and I went my way. And at that time I had located a place where I could go to eat at nighttime, and another place that I could go to eat during the daytime. And they do have a decent system for homeless out there in Vegas, because a lot of people that go to Vegas become homeless, because a lot of people that go there, they spend everything they have. I know it sounds crazy, but wow. When we were there, we saw this guy. I'm not laughing about the situation where people lose their money, but I'm just saying how ironic it is. Just, you go there. I mean, when I was there, I saw hundreds of homeless people. They have like uh, almost like little cities, little communities of homeless people, because just everybody went there and spent their money there and thought they were gonna win big, and they thought they were gonna win big, I guess, and they ended up losing everything they had. In fact, we met a guy who was sitting on a bench. He was sitting on a bench, and he seemed really sad. I just I don't really understand the mindset, but then again, I kind of do, of going to Vegas to try and just throw everything you have on the line and just hope to come out rich, But at the same time, like, the Bible does talk about stuff like not to be careless with your money and stuff like that, not to just toss it away hoping you're gonna get something major, like a I don't know, like, I mean, it just, you wouldn't believe how many people are in Vegas that literally, like, when they went there, they had a job, they had they had money, they went there for like vacation or whatever, and by the time their vacation was over, they didn't have a job anymore, they didn't have money anymore, they didn't have anything, and a lot of them are forced to stay there. Like, for example, the guy that we met on the bench when we first got there, he was just sad, and we walked up to him because we wanted to talk to him, we wanted to see what was wrong, and he told us, he said, I spent everything I had, and I don't have even have a way to get back home, and we were like, wow, like, how much did you spend? We asked him, he said $9,000. $9,000. He went there just and did a binge with like everything he had. He said he put it all on the line, and he lost it all. So that's a very sad story, but I hate to say it, but that's the story of, like I said, hundreds of people who become homeless out there, because they go there with, like, man, money they saved up or whatever, money they had in their bank account. Just they probably saved it for like a year or more, and they go there and they just blow it. They just blow it trying to win big, trying to double it, trying to, really sad experience that many people in Vegas go through. Many, many, many. And so there's a huge homeless population in Vegas. There's it's kind of funny. When I was in Flagstaff, I really didn't feel like I fit in with the community because there's not that many homeless people. They're kind of like blended. They're not blended in. How do I put it? You stand out. When you're homeless, you stand out. In Flagstaff, but in Vegas, you don't really stand out because there's so many homeless people there that you don't really stand out, from the rest of the homeless people. So like, I'd be walking on the street and I'd bump into somebody and they're like, "Oh, you're homeless? I'm homeless too." Like it would just happen all the time. Like, and then I would walk past, like I said, like little communities of homeless people. There'd be like hundreds of people just sitting in a field, and they had like these piles of clothing, these piles of stuff that they've collected or whatever. And that's another thing that I noticed. And like I said, me, the way I was homeless was like less is more. I wasn't one of those type of people that push a shopping cart around with a whole bunch of stuff inside of it and all that, because in my opinion that just slows you down. You can't move from place to place. When you have a whole bunch of stuff, you have to look after. So I tried to have as little as possible so that I could move around, and that's what I did from day to day. I moved around. I'll get into that here in the next video though.